So good afternoon. My name is Željko. I work for Enride, which is one of the providers of electrified autonomous transports, basically. And we look forward to collaborating with all of the other stakeholders on creating, let's say, a pathway towards wider adoption of autonomous electrified transports and connected transports. I think as an introduction, you already have got a great intro insight in what are we trying to achieve as Alice partnership on this side. We really want to bring the different stakeholders around the table and really to discuss about the automation. And going very briefly into our activity field, what we are trying to achieve here is support wide-scale uptake of autonomous zero-emission solutions in real logistics operations. So we are not going to be looking so much at what is being done at the test track, what are the tech developments, etc. All of this is about having current partners and hopefully more stakeholders joining us to really discuss, share, and cross-fertilize our experiences, basically. We are not going to be talking only about the vehicles themselves. We are going to be talking about logistics operations. So I'm working with this on a daily basis as a director of autonomous electric transports at my company. And very often we have, for example, discussion, what is more important? Is it that we increase the speed by 5 or 10 kilometers per hour that we can drive? Or is it actually that we reduce the loading time from 3 minutes per pallet down to 2.5 minutes per pallet? So this is the kind of discussions that we want to have, not so much technical, but really focus on operational, organizational, and business topics that are very important, especially for the shippers and retailers as the ultimate, let's say, adopters of these solutions, and also logistics companies and solution providers, basically. So again, not so much focusing on technology. For technology discussions, for technology nitty-gritty details, we have the fantastic collaboration with the CCAM partnership, with the other stakeholders as well, such as Ertico when it comes to ITS. We want to collaborate also with Polis when it comes to urban transports, etc. And of course, very close collaboration with the European Commission. So we want to do this as Alice partnership and partners, but also in very close collaboration with the other key stakeholders, so that we really find the path towards wide-scale uptake of automation and connectivity. Next slide, please. So what do we want to deliver in the end of the day? It's really increased discussion and collaboration within the partnership. I think Alice is uniquely positioned as a logistics innovation association to really bring the logistics key stakeholders, again, shippers, retailers, etc., with solution providers, OEMs, and other stakeholders. Of course, we also know that in Europe, European projects are very important. So we are going to continue collaborating with projects such as MODI, AWARE, all of the other projects that are here today or that are going to come up in 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. Collaboration is necessary. But we are not going to be focusing only on European projects. We also know that ourselves, we are operating these vehicles on a daily basis. Our colleagues from other solution providers are also doing the same. We know that some of our partners in the Alice partnership have also been testing some of their own solutions. For example, Clevon has been trialed by some retailers, etc., outside of the European projects, and we would love to learn from those experiences and to share experiences between ourselves. So inside, we want to really raise the awareness and give confidence to the shippers and transport buyers, really, that CCM and CCM solutions are really suitable for addressing real logistics operations. We want to go beyond just discussion about speed, about the angles, about the sensors, but really see this as how can we actually use this tool as a bigger part of a logistics puzzle. And we ultimately want to see a reduction of transport times or reduction of transport costs or improved safety in logistics operations. This is exactly what we want to see. Outside of the ALICE partnership, we also want to raise these benefits and an awareness towards a wider community. And that also all of the other sectors, for example, ITS, OEMs, suppliers, that are present in different forums, for example, I already mentioned CCAM, etc., that they are aware and are taking into account in further developments, projects, dialogues, also really the user's needs. We have previously had technology-driven EU projects where we have not been allowed as a users to test drive some of the functionalities. And I think when it comes to automation, we are maturing beyond that stage so that we can actually use the automation and connectivity in real life logistics operations and not only on test tracks. And I loved what I saw from the previous presentations that we have seen today. Next slide, please. So for the ALICE members, how can they contribute? How can you contribute and participate? Well, what we want to do is really to organize technical visits where we are going to be able to see some of these solutions in operations. So if you are a company that is deploying or planning to deploy autonomous solutions, either through projects or through your own internal investments and other ways, and we would love to visit the site and learn from those operations. This is all about sharing the experiences between us. We also welcome all ALDS members, but also broader community, really to give us a feedback on how can we make this how can we make this collaboration even more fruitful for you, because we are just starting off now. We have ideas already what we would like to accomplish, but I'm pretty sure that in 6 months from now we are going to be to be learning so much more that our actually scope and ambitions might actually change, increase, and mature over time. And of course, as ALDS members, we would also like to welcome you to participate more actively in the different CCM activities, be it on national, regional, or European levels. And just to conclude with the last slide from my perspective, is the next steps in this work is that we are right now working on developing a calendar of activities in 2024, which will hopefully also include a couple of visits in the different locations where we can see automation in place. Aloha already announced that we are going to be part of a webinar on the 11th of December. We as Enride would like to welcome you when we have certain events to come to our premises in Gothenburg or in other locations to see our operations, and we can share our lessons learned with you, but also everybody else. We are really welcoming you to welcome us to your locations, etc., be it European projects or not. We also want to provide very actively and be a very active partner to European Commission, the CCM platform, Ertico Policy, and all of the other organizations who are working in some ways with automation. We want to provide input from logistics industry perspective, and we are also going to map where are the currently ALDIS members working when it comes to connected and cooperative automated logistics. So I think, considering the time, that would be all that I want to mention this time. But again, instead of me presenting this, I think you have already seen the flavor of the work that we are doing from the presentations from Fernando and from the European Commission and other colleagues that have been presenting today. So thank you very much. That will be all from my side.